Hey YouTube, it's Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, here with a little product review. Well, actually, this is more of a vintage product review. And what I'm holding in my hand right here is a NuVader ride cymbal. This is a 20-inch ride cymbal. And the reason why I wanted to do a video on these things is because I have a whole complete set of NuVader cymbals. And some of you may have seen them in some of the videos that I've made recently and in the past. I just wanted to kind of give my story behind them, my personal story behind them, why I like to use them, and as much information that I know about them, which really isn't that much. Now, first off, I actually have 3 NuVader cymbals now, well 4 if you count both hi-hats. But what you're looking at here is the 20-inch ride, like I said, and I use this actually as a crash cymbal. I also have this 22-inch ride cymbal, which actually is the first NuVader cymbal that I got. And how I actually ended up with this thing was a friend of mine who lived down in Florida moved into a new house, and I guess up in the attic he found this NuVader ride. And he was a drummer too, he didn't really want it. And we got to talking about cymbals one day, and like how I was telling him how sometimes I like really crappy, weird old cymbals. He was like, hey, I found this old ride cymbal in my attic, I'll send it to you. And I was like, oh, cool. So he sent it, and I actually ended up really, really liking this thing. And I've used it on a lot of recordings. It has a really interesting sound. It's very, it's kind of dark, but it also has a really, really piercing bell on it. And it's kind of thin. It's not like a super thick cymbal, and it's big, and it's got a nice wash, but when you crash into it, it doesn't sustain a, ridiculously long amount of time. So after I had the 22-inch ride cymbal for a while, it got me thinking, I wonder what other NuVader cymbals there are out there. So I picked up this set of 15-inch hi-hats. And for a while, that was all I had, was the 22-inch ride and the 15-inch hi-hats, until very recently I saw this 20-inch ride on reverb.com and thought it'd be cool to use it as a crash. Now, I will say that I like the 22-inch and the hi-hats better than the 20-inch. The 20-inch seems to be a bit brighter, maybe because it hasn't been played as much and it's not as broken in. And it's pretty heavy, so as a crash, it's a little bit too heavy to my preference, but it still sounds pretty good. It's really, really loud, and it blends in with the rest of the cymbals. So what is the deal with NuVader anyways? Well, first off, I only know a few things, and some of them are rumors. Number one is I do know for a fact that they're made out of nickel silver alloy, which is kind of a weird cymbal alloy. Not a lot of cymbals these days are made from this particular alloy. It was often used back in the past in the 1960s through the 1980s as kind of a lower end cymbal. Like some cymbals that I know that were made out of nickel silver were the Ludwig cymbals that were made by Paiste, as well as some Paiste lines like the 402. And now that brings me to the other information that I've heard about these basically just on forums online about NuVader. Some people had said that they're made by Paiste, or they thought they were made by Paiste, but honestly, I really do not think this is the case. Maybe I'm wrong, but just by looking at the lathing on the cymbals, they really don't look like anything Paiste ever would have made, in my opinion, and they don't really sound like Paistes either. They sound much closer to a Zildjian, in my opinion, than a Paiste, but even that, they don't really sound like Zildjians either. They kind of sound like their own thing. And I think they're really cool, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of got into collecting them and wanted to pick up a full set, because I think they're really unique, and they even sound different than other NS12, which is the other name for nickel silver. The other nickel silver cymbals that I know of don't really sound like these either. I have a pair of nickel silver Paiste hi-hats, 402 hi-hats, and they really don't sound anything like the NuVader hi-hats. So that is really all I know about these things. They're pretty hard to find. I mean, you can kind of always find the hi-hats. 15-inch even aren't that uncommon. What you'll also find sometimes are the 20-inch rides, but what's very uncommon, I've only ever seen this one that I have, which is the 22-inch ride. I've never seen another one of these, and I actually think it is the nicest sounding one out of all the ones I have. So thanks, Steve, for sending this to me. But anyway, I thought I would do a little video. I'm just gonna play you guys through a song, even though I've used these on other videos on my channel as well, but I never specifically told you anything about the NuVader cymbals, and I wanted to make a song and just kind of, you know, do something featuring the NuVader cymbals. So I'm gonna play, well, first I'll play a little bit to no music. I'll just record some playing so you guys can hear all the cymbals individually, and then I'll go ahead and play it to a song. I'll use one of my other songs that I released on my album, The Pan Demos, which actually, originally I recorded with my Alesis Nitro Mesh electronic kit, so it'll be cool to hear what it sounds like with real drums on there. Oh, and by the way, if you like these kind of videos, you want to help me out, check out my record label. It's anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And a lot of people like to use Patreon and stuff like that on YouTube, but I just use my record label as the best way to support me because you can support me and you'll get cool music in return, and it's just a really cool thing. There's a lot of albums on there, a lot of releases by me and some of my friends. So check that out when you get a chance. You may hear some other drums in the background. That's because there's another drummer a couple rooms down, so I apologize for that, but I don't think it's too loud. You should still be able to hear what the cymbals sound like. So anyway, here we go. All right, those are my NuVader cymbals. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said before, the 22-inch ride is probably my favorite out of all of them. I think it has the best sound. The hi-hat's probably second, and then the 20-inch ride, probably my least favorite out of all of them. But, you know, maybe like I said, maybe after I break it in a little bit more, it'll sound a little bit better. But anyway, if you know anything about these things that I don't know, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd also like to see some sources or know where you're getting your information from, just because it's very, like, little information about these things online. They are made in Germany, I believe, which they say on there somewhere. Yeah, made in Germany. So, could be Paiste. I know Paiste does have a factory in Germany, though I don't know if they had a factory in Germany that long ago. So I really don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload new content. And once again, check out anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.